YouTube friends and family and countrymen, how are you guys doing? All right, so I'm gonna use this video to kind of correct a couple of things that I said. I know it does happen. So in one of my other videos about jurisdiction, I talked about how I was a non-US national. Okay, now at this point in time, that's true because I did fill out the DS-11 as such, but that's also because they use tricky information to keep you in their jurisdiction. So technically, when I did say that before, I was telling the truth. Now that I have seen the light, I am attempting to correct that by becoming just a state citizen and a national. Now, sorry about the weather. It's a little gloomy here today because we're heading towards fall, so that sucks. Anyway, so basically what happened is if you look at the bottom of your DS-11, it'll say like, I declare under oath that I'm either a U.S. citizen or a non-U.S. national, okay, on there, a part of the United States, blah, 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 and it goes on. Well, the problem is if you look at that, that doesn't say United States of America, it just says United States. So that's how they keep you in your jurisdiction, and you just swore by it, all right? So they're tricky, they're crafty. Now, being a three-star, non-U.S. national, yeah, it does come with some benefits. You're basically like the, head slave. All right, so you're still in their system, but they know that you're a little smarter than the other ones. All right, so you're doing more whipping than getting whipped, and it does pull you towards the right direction of being out of their jurisdiction. You're also still in what they call a red zone or red flag. So you're on your way. So I'm on my way. So after learning this, and check out my other video. I think it says how to fill out a DS-11 as a national or a state citizen, and that'll go a little bit more in detail. So anyway, with this one basically is going to be about, so one, I just want to correct that from my other video. Two, if you want to know some of the jurisdiction traps that they use, okay, for one, a couple people asked, they kind of mentioned I had said this, what words do I need to avoid or whatever. All right, so here's just some of the things. All right, I almost don't even know where to start, but like, for instance, the word driving, all right, they own that word. Okay, you can look it up and it'll tell you what driving is. It's commercial, okay? They combined the driver's license with the chauffeur license and all that other stuff. So that's why you don't need a special license to do that anymore, because it's all inclusive in that, which means that you're now a, it's a commercial instrument, okay? You didn't know when you were signing up that that's what you were agreeing to and all the other fun stuff, right? All right, so let's go on. The use of the two-letter abbreviation, okay, for your state, that is also federal. United States Postal Service put that, sorry, I'm just walking through my yard here, put that up so that they could help you, the mail to get to your house better. But that's also just another way that they are putting you in their jurisdiction. So when you go ahead and, what's the first thing a cop asks you is, where do you live? Where do you reside? Where's your residence? Well, they own the word residence too. Okay, that means that you're a part of their system. When they go, what's your zip code? Okay, that puts you in the federal jurisdiction too. All right. So these are all the little things that they use, and you don't know you're being set up, but they're establishing jurisdiction on you, is what that is. So if you're in your car, you're traveling, but here's the thing about your car too, guys. You probably registered your car with the state, in the federal systems. So when you're out there, even if you do become like a national or whatever else, you've registered your property with them, right? Okay. Did you get rid of your driver's license? No, you still have it? Well, then you're still driving. They don't know, you didn't close it. I closed mine by filing for a state ID, because you can't have a state ID in most states and a driver's license. All right, so I did that. I still would recommend having insurance. You can use your passport number for insurance. That should work as well. Some places might give you a hard time about it, might not. You might have to shop around, do your own due diligence on that. Let's see, next up, keep in mind that your postal box is in their jurisdiction. especially if you put your zip code on it or anything like that. So, you know, keeping in mind that, you know, there's, I mean, just, what are you going to do, not get your mail? You can remove your mailbox and they just won't deliver your mail. And almost these days, who really uses snail mail anyway? But just letting you know, like, they consider these things. Oh, okay, here we go. So, like, things like, you know, oh, I've got this nice American flag on my car, in my window, on my house. Well, that's jurisdiction. You gave them jurisdiction. It might seem like, no, I didn't. Yeah, you did. It's their, you're waving their colors. You know, that's what it is. So, like, if you put your state flag up there, you're saying the state of Wisconsin has jurisdiction here, and that takes precedent over them. Now, the federal, they don't have jurisdiction over the United States, but they work in they work in your state to have jurisdiction. So you can they can personally not have jurisdiction over you unless you commit a crime, or you know, have damaged or hurt somebody. Then they can kind of step in and say, oh, well, nope, you damaged one of our citizens, so, or, you know, did significant damage to their property, so this is a controversy, so we can step in for them on their behalf as jurisdiction, because that's what they do. All right, it's kind of like why they were set up. So it's things like that you have to be aware of. Like, I seen this one guy, he said he became a Moor. He didn't have any paperwork with him. He didn't have his passport done the right way. He gets pulled out of the car. You know what usually happens after that. And, you know, it's all because, like, one, he didn't have his passport. Two, he's just saying it. He didn't have anything notarized. He didn't have anything in their system. They have to recognize you. You can't just watch a couple videos and download some stuff and sign it yourself, whatever. You know, you got to go get these things notarized. You got to go get the Department of State to, you know, validate this stuff. Once that's done, then you're in better standing. But, like, what he was doing is, he was riding his girlfriend's car, and the plates were bad, and they were expired, and she didn't have something happened with her license or whatever. So the whole thing is like, you know, he you know, thought just because he was kind of doing the right thing that was going to be good enough, and it really wasn't, because her car was still registered to the state. So you're driving a piece of their property. It's registered to them. You see what I'm saying? She still had the regular plates on the car. They own the plates. The stickers on the car, they own it. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's all about jurisdiction, guys. So these are the things that, you know, if you're gonna do the stuff, do it right. Do your research. And I know, I'm so sorry you guys are finding, you know, only pieces of this information out there. That's why I'm trying to put it all together for you guys, so you don't have to go hunting around. But yeah, just be careful what you're doing. Once again, just for legal purposes, I have to say this is all for educational purposes, so please enjoy. But yeah, so those are things you got to kind of watch out for. Once you do those things in the right way, then you can proceed to travel and live as a free state citizen and do these things. So more videos will come, guys, as I get more information and get some of these things taken care of. As always, going to bring you guys the truth. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe. Anything else before I can go? That's about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys already know about, you know, the use of the all caps name, you know, when it comes to your house, from anything of this, you know, like federal or whatever else. That's not you, that's your straw man. So that's another jurisdictional thing. All right, and then there's ways you can file like a UCC claim on it with your state, so that you own it. But what I did on mine, because I did do that, so I do own it, is I'm an authorized, got one more thing. I'm an authorized agent of that account and those names and all variations of those names, but I'm not liable for them. And that's basically what an agent means. So I'm not liable. All right. So yeah, go ahead and send something like that, and, you know, no thanks. All right. The next thing is with the vehicle, what I did is I placed myself as an authorized agent once again. I always wondered why rich people said, you know, control everything but own nothing. Okay, makes a lot of sense now that, you know, I'm coming out of this rabbit hole, matrix, or whatever you want to call it. So what it is, I sold my car to a foreign state. Okay, another country, that for more information, just go ahead and hit me up, and I can give you more on that, you know, offline. But basically, if you can find another place, you can either become a citizen of them, or else you can just kind of, you know, list yourself as a, like I said, you can. So long story short, I sold my car on paper to another country, so that pulls my car out of their jurisdiction. Huzzah. All right, and as an authorized agent, I am able to sell it or do whatever else I need to do, and you don't have to register that with the state. All right, now you can, just so that they know, you can say, hey, yes, I sold it that way. They pull you out of the system, and they go, okay, well, you sold it to who? Okay, then it's no longer underneath their control. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm not going to give guys every aspect of it. I'm going to give you guys enough to do your own due diligence, because I really want you guys to learn this for yourselves, not just go, okay, give me the paperwork and go. Look it up for yourself. Look up what jurisdiction is. Look up how, you know, what places do they not have jurisdiction of? What actually is the United States? Okay, if you look it up by actual definition, it's Washington, D.C., and any of its territories, outlying territories. Okay, each state is sovereign. Okay, so federal government doesn't own each state, but they operate and have jurisdiction within the state. You know, you can tell that by looking at places that have, you know, the USA flag and then the state flag. Okay, you'll see them together, and that just displays that they have jurisdiction within that state. All right, don't just think they're flying all the flags so they're just patriotic. Nope, they got an agreement. They got to abide by it. So that's pretty much it, guys. Sorry, I know this was a little bit longer video. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out. Thank you guys for the support. If anytime something comes up, and as I go forward, and I'll bring you the information. If I ever need to correct something, you know, that I didn't know at the time or whatever, I will do that too. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bad Wolf over and out.